What's going on? Welcome to the Talking Smack Show. WWE Backlash 2025. We kicked things off going all gas, no brakes. Quite different to what I did, where I just recorded 10 minutes of this show and realizing that I was on mute. So let's keep this going a bit more. I need a little bit more gas and even less brakes, to be honest with you. So we kick things off. Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight, Damian Priest, and Drew McIntyre in a fatal four-way. It was a sick fatal four-way. I loved this match. The crowd kicked things off going nuts for Jacob Fatu. Like, whether WWE want him to or not, he is not a heel anymore. He is a face. People love him now. I love him. We all love him. He is a bad man. The match, like I said, the match was sick. It was really fast-paced action the whole way through. Started off with LA Knight looking tiny compared to these other guys, but he took it to everyone. He started off on top. Then Damian Priest got on top. Then Drew McIntyre. Jacob Fatu looked like his days were numbered as champ until he was brawling outside with Damian Priest and Samoan dropped him onto the barricade. Then he got into the ring and started going blow for blow with Damian Priest. It was a cool moment. He got on top and he was taking him to pieces. Hip charge. He took everyone out. He hit a swanton. As he popped up, though, bang, blunt force trauma by LA Knight. But then there was as LA Knight stood up, he faced a South of Heaven. And then Damian Priest ate a Claymore and Damian Priest then just collapsed. Everyone was on the floor. Then Damian Priest had managed to get LA Knight. He was hit the Claymore on LA Knight. 1, 2. The referee was dragged out of the ring by Damian Priest. Damian Priest was like mocking Drew McIntyre. McIntyre was livid. Stormed outside to fuck up Damian Priest. They were fighting around the ring. They were fighting over the table. They were fighting in the crowd. They were fighting on top of the sound equipment boxes until Damian Priest hit the South of Heaven off of these like 10, 15 foot high boxes through a load of tables. That was them out of the match at that point. LA Knight and Jacob Fatu, were going at it outside the ring. LA Knight cleared the table, set Jacob Fatu up on the table, climbed up the turnbuckle, was about to dive through with his elbow drop. Nope. Solo Sikoa showed up, pulled Jacob Fatu off of the table. LA Knight looked pissed. He'd come down, giving it his old thing, ready to go. As he's got up to them, bang! Sucker punch out of the crowd. I had no idea who this guy was. Apparently, the guy's name was Jeff Cobb. He beat the crap out of LA Knight at this point. Then Jacob Fatu, looking confused, hopped into the ring. Still did his thing. Hip charge, swanton, moonsault. 1, 2, 3. Jacob Fatu defends his title, but he looked pissed, man. He had told Solo yesterday, I'm going to dog walk. I'm going to do it. I mean, he wanted to like win this on his own, but Solo not only saved him, but he brought up another soldier, as Solo said. So, and then as he celebrated, he stormed past the other two men and took off backstage. He looked annoyed. Next up, we had Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria. I couldn't get into this match, to be honest with you. I was talking to my friend yesterday, and he thinks it's Becky's fault that she's not been a good heel. I think it's Lyra's fault that she's not carried it as a face. Like, Bayley got laid out by Becky by all accounts, right? But all Lyra can bring up is Becky being on her holidays and taking the piss out of her part-time schedule. But she didn't have a contract, first of all. Like, a lot of us know that. She was out of contract at that point. But also, like, not working isn't a heel move. Like, bashing people up is a heel move, in my opinion. So she's just, I don't know, it's just not really hit it for me. But the match was all right. So at one point, Lyra could have got the win, but she didn't go for the pin, allowing Becky to get out. That lack of killer instinct cost her. Becky went for a disarm her at that point. Lyra went for an armbar. Becky again went for the disarm her. Lyra rolled out. Then bam, manhandle slam. Lyra kicked out. I get annoyed. Like, it happens all the time now. It's not just this match. When people kick out of finishing moves, I would rather we had more moves that people could win with than less now. Like, if we're not going to have finishing moves being like finishing, then have variety in other moves winning. Don't just have like 10 of the same move until it's over. Like, it was the Cody cutter, right? You don't want to watch 15 Cody cutters. Like, no, the Crossroads. Sorry, I don't know. I'm getting fired up now. I'm getting annoyed. I need to get over it. So then Becky snapped. She went to the timekeeper's area, got a chair, came back. The ref took the chair off her while she was getting rid of the chair. Becky went into the corner, uncovered the turnbuckle, but it wasn't used. Like, then it was a little bit, but it just wasn't really used. It annoyed me. Then Becky hit another manhandle slam. Lyra kicked out again. Then the ref noticed that the turnbuckle was exposed. While she was trying to repair it, Lyra hit that Nightwing, I think the move's called. But because the referee wasn't paying attention, she didn't get the 3 count. Becky kicked out. It was weak, in my opinion. Then Becky proper, like, seemed to genuinely pop Lyra in the nose. Like, she fucked her up. But then Lyra rolled up Becky and got the win. I don't like roll up wins too often, especially for faces. I think heels should roll up, faces should win properly, but maybe that's just me. But then Becky snapped and battered Lyra and then got her in to disarm her. Then loads of refs and Adam Pearce came down, but they didn't pull Becky off. They just persuaded her to let go, which doesn't make sense to me. It was all just, it wasn't a satisfying end, in my opinion. And I guess for WWE, like, Becky looks a bit crazy. Lyra's won, so it's maybe what they want. But for me, it just wasn't really, like, didn't hit the spot for me. You know what I mean? But there we go. So next up, we had Dirty Dom Mysterio versus Penta. Man, the crowd were loving Dirty Dom. He was getting so much adulation, especially, like, considering Penta was fully the face and Dom was fully the heel. But the crowd adored Dom now. You might have seen, like, on his Twitter the other day, he put up, I need some new haters. My old ones are cheering me now. And it's so true. Like, we can't get enough of Dom. Like, Dom used to get booed. You might not remember, but he could not speak. Like, you couldn't hear him talk because the hatred he got was so real. And now we can't get enough of him. And this match just carries on showing why. Like, there was one point, Penta was outside the ring. Dom ran from inside the ring. You're like, oh, suicide dive. We see a lot of those. No, it was a diving tornado DDT. It was sick. Like, it was stuff his dad used to do, basically. And then at another point, he hit the Oblivion, which was really cool. Wade Barrett was like, it was dedicated to his baby cakes, which made me laugh. But it was just really cool. Then they were fighting on the what do you call it? My mind's gone blank. Like the apron, and then Penta hit the Mexican Destroyer, and Dom fucking ate that whole thing. Then Carlito came down, giving his little swagger. And while he was distracting the referee, JD McDonough and Finn Balor showed up. JD was holding Penta, and Finn Balor just didn't do anything. And then he went to go and get a chair. And then by the time he came back, like after taking forever, the referee spotted, sent them all backstage. And then the three of them, JD, Finn, and Carlito, were stood outside. The ref was leant over. This was cool. Like leant over, sending them back. And Penta dove over the ref and took out Carlito and JD, but Finn moved. Then Finn was distracting the referee. And El Grande Americano showed up while Penta was on the top rope and gave him a headbutt with that metal plate he's got. And this allowed Dom to hop up for the frog splash. 1, 2, 3. And still your champion, Dirty Dom Mysterio. Now, I just need to get this out there because I think I have had the greatest idea for merchandise. When Liv comes back, him and Liv Dom and Liv need to have a shirt, right? And it'll be like across the front, it'll be like a Eddie Guerrero lowrider, but it'll be purple because they're like maybe still Judgment Day by that point. And then it'll be like cartoons of Liv and Dom, like happy, smiling, like cheesy cartoons. And then above it, it'll say Riding Dirty. I think that will sell so big. Like, that is, I think I've designed the best wrestling shirt of all time. I've got the Living Dirty one, and that is a sick shirt. But I think Riding Dirty would be even better. The only problem is if they make it really cartoony, loads of kids will want to wear it, and it's pretty like innuendo-y. But I don't know. So I enjoyed that match. It was really good, really, really fun. Yeah, just I was buzzing. Like, Dom is sick. I think Dom is the best luchador in WWE now. Like he says, he's just too handsome to wear a mask. El Grande Americano, I'm loving his work. And my guess is we're going to have that a AAA crossover pay-per-view in a month or so. I think it's with Money in the Bank, and we're probably going to have like all the luchadors against El Grande Americano. Maybe it could be hilarious. I don't know what that's going to look like, but I think I'm here for it. Like, if assuming he's going to be at that and not Money in the Bank, that is what I'm most excited for at those pay-per-views. So next up, we had Pat MacAfee versus Gunther. So Gunther was just toying and mocking Pat the whole way through, just bullying him as you'd expect. And then we'd have like a little spurt of offense by Pat, and then more abuse. Then Cole appealing, go, just pin him. And then he'd just like, Gunther would just slap him about. Then at one point, Pat like punted Gunther a few times, but Gunther was like pinned for a second, and then just his attacks just didn't do anything to him. Gunther hit his powerbomb, which just looked so filthy. I can't remember who it was now, but they used to do a powerbomb, then dragged them up, and then another powerbomb, then dragged them up, and another powerbomb, and it looked disgusting. And that's what Gunther's looks like. Then Cole came to ringside, cheering on Pat. Gunther dragged Cole into the ring, set him up for the powerbomb. When he leant down to pick him up, bang! Pat MacAfee, big boot to the face of Gunther. Then Cole held Gunther's legs down as Pat went for the pin, but Gunther still kicked out. Like, it just wasn't enough. Then Gunther got up and he looked furious. He locked Pat into the sleeper, and Pat just fought and fought and fought. He was going to sleep in the middle of the ring. Then that was it. He didn't kick out. He just fell asleep. Then Pat woke up after the match. Cole came in to check him, and Gunther like gave a nod of respect to Pat and then walked off. And it was just a bit weird. Like, my only assumption, so I've got a really itchy nose right now. My only assumption is that Pat has a contract that he gets a match every year or so because he loves wrestling. I think he came to WWE wanting to be a wrestler, and he's not. He's hideous in the ring. that he's magnificent on the mic, right? So my guess is he's like, every year he gets a match, and this was his match this time. Maybe they put it against Gunther, thinking if he gets enough chops, he'll stop asking for matches. I don't know. But it just felt like a bit soft. I thought Pat was going to get written off of TV to take a holiday. That doesn't seem the case. I thought maybe Wade Barrett would like intervene, and then we'd have a Wade Barrett return to the ring. No, like, I just can't see where this is going. Gunther was an arsehole, beat up Cole, has beaten up Pat, and now he's just nice about it. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like I said, I felt dissatisfied with the Becky Lyra match. Those feelings are nothing compared to how I feel about this match. Like, it's just, what was the point? What was the story with this? Like, where is it going? It feels like nothing's happened. Like, is Gunther nice now because he's beaten up so many people? Like, it just made no sense. But anyway, last up we had John Cena versus Randy Orton, and this was sick. This was such a good main event. I loved every fucking minute of this. As you'd expect, Randy Orton in St. Louis, home crowd, he got an ovation like he was a World War II hero coming home at the end of the war. They went nuts for him. Just absolutely crazy. And then Cena came through. Cole was talking about their entwined histories, which set it up really nicely, I thought. It was a really nice, like, sort of history lesson, if you will, about how they were indie stars at a Brian Pillman event, and they were both in Ohio Valley, which was like a WWE development territory at the time, and then obviously became WWE superstars. And it just really nice. Like, obviously, like, my generation was a lot of Randy Orton and Cena. And then when Cena announced he was retiring, I really wanted Randy to be his retirement match for these reasons, like how entwined their careers have been. I don't think we're going to get that, but it's nice that we got a match with them at the very least. And then, so Randy got on top, and then Cena went to walk away, just like, I'm not doing this. But Randy dragged him back, threw him in the ring. Randy got in the ring, and then Cena like clotheslined his head off. It was probably the best clothesline I've seen Cena hit. It looked sweet. Then we had the Randy Orton vintage like turnbuckle punches. I don't think I saw a power slam or the DDT in the match, to be fair. Maybe. I don't think I saw it. But we did have the like limb stomps where he like stamps on their ankle, stamps on their knee, stamps on their arm. That was cool to see. I like, that's always a great Randy moment. Something we haven't seen so often in recent years, in my opinion. Like they were like really talking about how Cody wouldn't be dirty, but Randy would, and he was like, not like heel, but just like little villainous moments, if you know what I mean. It was really fun though. I truly loved this match. Like, it hit me in the feels. Like, it was like almost sentimental. So then Cena went for the attitude adjustment. Orton, while he was in the air, sort of reversed it into an RKO, and they were both just down for a while. Then Cena hit the AA properly. Orton kicked out. Then then Cena was hitting those like trademark shoulder charges, but then Randy turned one of them into the RKO. But because Orton had been beaten down so much, he couldn't like land the pin. Then Orton lined up and went for the punt, but Cena like dodged out, and as Orton turned around, Cena hit the attitude adjuster. Then where was it? My mind's gone blank. But Orton like kicked out. Then Orton went for the punt. Cena dodged and hit another, but Cena Cena was just taking pain, really. Then Cena ran for a punt. Orton dodged. Orton went for the RKO. Cena moved and shoved him into the ref. Then hit the attitude adjuster, but the ref was down. So Cena then went to go and get the belt. But before he could hit Orton with the belt, Randy hit the RKO, but the ref was down. So it was like a slow count, but the ref was up, but not quick enough. So then Randy went outside and cleared the referee. But the table... No, sorry. My mind's all over the place. Then Randy went outside and cleared the table. But then the referee was trying to dissuade Randy from putting Cena through the table. Whilst doing this, Cena pushed Randy into the ref, and the ref hit his head on the steel steps. So he was down. Then Randy hit the attitude adjuster on Orton. Then Orton hit the attitude adjuster to Cena through the table, and it sort of like slowly collapsed because they're now reinforced. Then Orton was running around looking for a table under the ring. He found one, set it up. He brought Cena over. Cena went for the attitude adjuster on Randy. Randy wriggled out, hit that attitude adjuster on Cena, putting Cena through the table. It was chaos. Then he got Cena back in the ring, hit an RKO, but there was no referee. A ref ran down to the ring, but it gave Cena long enough to get up, so Cena was able to kick out. Then Orton was pleading with the ref that it should have been a free, but Cena went and picked up the belt. He ran at Orton. Orton ducked. Cena nailed the ref with the belt, like really hard. Then Randy hit an RKO, but there was no referee, so he couldn't get a pin. Then every producer, seemingly, like 8 of them, ran down to check on the referee who had just had his head knocked off. Cena was arguing with Nick Aldis, saying like, come on, man, what's going on? Where's the referee? Aldis was telling him, no, we need to check on the referee. So RKO to Aldis, and every producer, like 8 RKOs. Bam, RKO, bam, RKO, bam, RKO, bam, RKO. It was crazy. Then Randy was stood up, and Cena low-blowed him from behind and pummeled his head with the belt. Like, boom. 1, 2, 3. The first referee crawled back into the ring. It was wild. It was so fun. Then Cena was celebrating the win and then took a microphone and said, I don't need music. What I need is competition. And I sure as hell don't need you, pointing to the crowd. This is what the last real champion looks like. It hit me. It was so good. Like, I am loving this Cena story, and Randy was the perfect foil to this. I really want them to win, have another match. I really want Randy to win, but I also really want this story to go on. Like, who's the real competition? Is it Brock Lesnar? That is what I'm praying. Imagine Brock Lesnar comes back to fight Randy Orton. Who else could it be from Cena's past? It's not going to be Edge at the moment, and we don't really want it to be Edge. It might be CM Punk. I am just living for this story. Keep it going. Like, for a PLE straight after WrestleMania, this was sick. I had so much fun. Keep it going. All gas, no breaks.